I'm always on the move. What you know about it? I always keep my hips in the groove. I do what I choose. To the top like rocket. Motivated, I can't lose. Look at these views. Kicking back like
All right, lads. What a beautiful morning it is. I hope you guys are all doing absolutely great today. Today, I've been seeing a lot of, young entrepreneurs posting a day in the life. And what I find is that, these guys always post the one day of the month or the week where they actually do something interesting, where they go shopping, where they go on jet skis, etc., etc. But the part they don't tell you is that, to have that one day where you're basically doing fuck all and it just looks like you're having the time of your life, it comes with 6 days of hard work, 29 days of hard work before you can have one day off like that. So today I was like, let me take you guys through an actually real and authentic day in the life of a teenage entrepreneur. I just got back from Dubai, so I'm kind of just getting myself back into the swing of things because I was really lazy over there. But even then, to earn that week where I was kind of not really doing too much in Dubai, it came with months and months and hard work. So we got to rewind the clock. Today is going to be a very normal day in the life, just so you guys can see the whole behind the scenes of what it is like to be me on a day-to-day basis. Let's get straight into it. Guys, I'm reading Ecclesiastes right now, the Bible, and I just came over some absolute sauce. This is in chapter 2 of Ecclesiastes. I'm just going to read it out to you guys so you guys can really get this. Then I turned my thoughts to consider wisdom and also madness and folly. What more can the king's successor do than what he has already done? I saw that wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. The wise have eyes in their heads, while the fools walk in darkness. But I came to realize the same fate overtakes them both. Then I said to myself, the fate of the fool will overtake me also. What then do I gain by being wise? I said to myself, this too is meaningless. For the wise, like the fool, will not be long remembered. The days have already come when both have been forgotten. Like the fool, the wise too must die. Here is the thing, bro. No matter what you do in this life, eventually you are going to be forgotten. Why are you stuck up on trying to live for all these people around you? Why do you still care what people think about you? Why do you not just live life how you want to live it? Do what you want to do, because in the end, none of this shit is going to the grave with us, and you're going to be forgotten, just like I'm going to be forgotten, just like Donald Trump is going to be forgotten. We are all eventually going to be forgotten. Maybe some of us, it'll take a bit longer, but in the end, like the Bible says, nothing changes under the sun. The second you realize that, and the second you let go of this, trying to prove yourself to other people, the second you let go of all of this shit, the second you're actually going to start living your life, we are all going to the grave. We are all dying. We're all going to have to seek the judgment day from God. I try to live my life out day to day, just like God would want me to. Now, obviously, I don't know his plans. I don't know what he has in store for me, but I know for a fact he wouldn't want me to be lazy, sitting on my ass every day, being a lazy piece of shit and not accomplishing anything. I try to live my life out in a godly way. I try to live exactly how I think God would want me to live. And I get that from reading the Bible. So do not forget to read your Bible. Do not forget to even if you're not religious, do not forget to let go of your core principles as you get more successful. I did that myself. It was an absolutely big mistake. One thing I've been trying to do is actually enjoy the smaller moments or the lesser important things. This shit is practically across the road from my house. How cool is this? I practically got a small beach beside my house. And what I've been trying to do is I go on a walk every morning and I just return here and I just chill here. You know, I get some sunlight on me. I think it's been really good for my peace of mind, to be completely honest, because truth be told, like, when you're living as an entrepreneur, well, you get caught up in your own head a lot. So I think it's very important to just sometimes drop back and actually collect your thoughts. And that's what I do when I'm here. You know, I'm not on my phone. I'm not on any devices. You know, today I'm talking to you guys, but usually I'm not on any devices. And I just let my thoughts sit there. You know, you'd be surprised how many things you actually have on your mind. But when it comes to a time where you actually need to focus, you know, you actually need to do work, then your thoughts suddenly start running. You don't want that to be the case. I let all my thoughts run when I'm out here and there's nothing else to think about. When I get back and actually do the work, then I'm completely locked in and focused on the work. But anyways, it is a absolutely beautiful morning out. You know, even that there's no sun today and I live in Gold Coast, it's pretty weird that there's no sun in Gold Coast. But even though there's no sun, it's an absolutely beautiful morning. And I feel the power now. I feel the power. I'm gonna rip a Red Bull. Boom, boom. So, obviously, I'm living by myself now. This is the state of my fridge, since I am living by myself. What I love about it is that it's only got shit that I want. This morning, we are ripping a Red Bull. Usually I have a coffee, but unfortunately, I do not have a coffee machine in this house. So today we are ripping a Red Bull and we are going to get straight to work. See, now if you guys watched my video about the morning routine, you'll know about it. 5-5-5 method. Now today it's more of a 6-6-6 method because I have a bit more work to do today. When I complete everything that is on my list, then from there we're probably going to go to the gym and just chill out tonight in general. I mean, there's not too much on the agenda today. I'm not too worried, you know. I feel like to be successful, you have to find enjoyment in the lesser things. And that's why I go on a walk in the morning. Too many people, especially nowadays, you can't control your own dopamine. And, you know, I'm about to sit here for an hour and just read a book. Most people cannot do that today. And for you to make however much money you want, if you want to make 10K a month and you're only making 1K a month, you're lacking the information required to get to 10K a month. That is the problem. You don't have the information, but your dopamine is so cooked that you can't even obtain that, because you could watch a 10-hour free video guide, a free course on how to get to 10K a month, a full step-by-step breakdown. And I guarantee you, 99% of you wouldn't even be able to make it to the end of that video. You have to understand that between you and 10K a month, between you and 100K a month, it's all information and implementation. So if you have cooked dopamine levels, you won't even be able to obtain that information required to get to 10K a month. Think about that. Right now, I'm reading Never Split the Difference Again. I've already read this book, but the last time I did, it was really half-assed. So now I'm reading it and I'm putting notes onto my computer and then I'm writing those notes down onto my book as well. So I read it, I hear it because I listen to the audiobook, and then I write it on my computer, and then I write it onto an actual book. I obtain the information that I actually need to obtain like that when I do this. And one thing I have been working on is just learning more and being open to learning more, because for so long, I let go of it. I stopped reading an hour a day like I used to, and I feel like the active pursuit of more knowledge really helped me in making more money. So one thing I've been trying to get back into is actively pursuing more knowledge again. I'm just trying to become a knowledgeable person and have an understanding of everything around me. So never split the difference. If you guys are just getting into SMMA or you're doing any sort of business, this is such a good book. Chris Voss was essentially an FBI negotiator, and you have to realize that this book is going to help you in every aspect of your life, because your whole life is negotiation. You have to realize, if you want your kids to go to sleep at 9 p.m., if you want $5,000 cheaper, you want your car $5,000 cheaper. Every single bit of your life is negotiation. So this is an absolutely great book. That's what I'm currently reading. But that only ticks off one task for the day, and we still have quite a bit of things to get through. It's 11 a.m. right now. I got to put my clothes on the line, but we got to get through this list of tasks before we go out and actually, enjoy the day. But, I love doing the work, man. Like, when my timer goes off to stop reading, I genuinely want to read more. And a lot of you guys probably think that reading is the most boring thing in the world. It might be so boring to you, but my dopamine levels are so contained that I find so much enjoyment out of reading. And if I can find so much enjoyment out of reading, when I have to sit here for an hour scripting a YouTube video, working on my business, it's easy as hell. Control your dopamine levels, bro. I gotta put my clothes on the line. We're gonna get back to work. If you ever want to get dialed in, bro, 432 hertz focus music. It's literally just like noise, but shit goes crazy. We're about to script a new YouTube video. You guys know I've been on that YouTube grind. I hired an editor. I'm trying to give you guys the absolute most source possible. My goal through the YouTube is that you guys should be able to start and scale by yourselves without my help. That is my goal from the YouTube. I'm giving you guys all of the information for absolutely free. About to script up another YouTube video. Gonna bring the source to you guys. Boom. I might eat some food after this. I look could be getting hungry nowadays. It is 1 p.m. right now. We've been going at this shit. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I've been doing for the last hour. I just created a full slideshow of absolute source. Now, this is essentially, I'm going to be delivering this to the members in the Apex, but I'll probably screen record it and post it on YouTube just because I'm trying to give that value away. Realistically, I realized that I can give you guys all the information, but the mindset still holds a lot of you guys back. So what I just did was I spent an hour just preparing a slideshow that I'm going to deliver, and that is simply covering the mindset and the mental approach you need to succeed in online business. I felt like too many of you guys were lacking, so gonna deliver that to the Apex members later today. Wait, no, I'm doing that tomorrow. And that aside, I decided, it's 1 p.m. It might be time to get a meal in. You guys seen the state of my fridge. I keep it very simplistic. I don't buy any junk food or anything like that because Dubai taught me that I should eat healthy again. So today for breakfast, what we're going to have is, let's see. We got eggs. So we're gonna have like 4 or 5 scrambled eggs. We'll have that on toast, and then along with that, we'll have some canned tuna as well. So that might be the haps today. 4 pieces of toast, 5 scrambled eggs, 2 things of tuna. My brain just like bugged out. I'm gonna sit you guys here. Now, today, I gotta make sure I'm dialed in with the training as well. You know, I woke up at 9 p.m., which is my usual wake-up time, but I slept a bit earlier last night. I slept at 1:30. I usually sleep at about 2, 3 a.m. That's only because of trading, different time zones, but I had to dial in for today's workout because today we are working out with Mr. Kane Singleton, Mr. Junior World Champ, Muay Thai fighter. I love Kane. He's an absolutely great guy. Like, honest to God, he's an absolutely great person. And the fridge is open. But, yeah, Kane is an absolutely great guy. I'm meeting his friend today, this guy, Tom Hunt. I'll show you guys. You'll see in person. He is 2 years older than me, but he is like 100 times bigger. Genuinely, as far as like a 19-year-old goes, one of the best 19-year-old physiques I have ever seen in my life. And I am not even exaggerating when I say that. So I'm very excited to link up with them. And that is why we're going to be dialing in on the foods today. Right now, we got some eggs. If it wants to show you the eggs. Yep, we got some eggs right now. I'm gonna clean this kitchen up because my girlfriend likes to like just leave boxes out. She's not here for a few days, but she just leaves the boxes out, and I gotta clean that up. But that aside, I'm gonna quickly clean this kitchen up and prepare this food. I'll show you guys the end result. It's gonna be pretty hectic. Alright guys, our breakfast is now practically fully prepared. Wait for this. Oosh, that looks pretty hectic. I might chuck some sauce on it. But that aside, I'm gonna make my good old shake as well. So right now we just have milk in it. We're chucking in some frozen strawberries. These frozen strawberries are massive as well, so it's great. We only need 4 of those. And then I put some high protein milk. Boom. Let's get a spoon out to fork this out. Now, as far as my day of eating goes, since this is basically the meal I have before I go to the gym, this meal actually has some carbs in it. But my dinner, I try to keep as low carb as possible, to be completely honest, because you guys will notice if you ever look at yourself in the mirror and you look a bit like fluffy, that's just because you're eating a lot of carbs. So I have been looking pretty dry lately, like the physique. Let's quickly check it. You guys can see that I'm not really holding much water. My physique looks pretty like watered down. And that is just because I've cut down the carbs a lot. I still eat a lot of protein. Like, this breakfast in itself, I think, is about 30, 45, 60. This breakfast is at least 80 grams of protein. It's over 100 something carbs. And you're probably sitting here wondering, how the hell do I eat this much for breakfast? But the reason I can eat this much breakfast is because it is literally 1 p.m. and I haven't eaten, right? So this is basically a combination of breakfast and lunch, and I'm big on like I don't really snack like that. So for me, I'll eat a really big breakfast / lunch, and then I'll eat a really big dinner as well. So I'm pretty sure this meal itself comes out to almost 2,000 calories. I forgot to add the honey. This meal itself comes out to almost 2,000 calories, but that's not bad because this is 2,000 calories, and then my dinner is around, if not a bit less than 2,000 calories as well. So collectively, even though I'm only having, 2 meals a day, I'm still practically eating around 4,000 a day. And, I'm getting well over 300 grams of protein. But another benefit to not really consuming that many carbs is the mental clarity. Because I'm obviously a lot more business oriented now. And I find that more carbs equals more brain fog, and I don't like brain fog because I can't think as fast, I can't communicate as fast, my brain just isn't as sharp. So I cut the carbs down, increase the protein, don't have many fats, physique looks good, brain feels good. That is the formula, but I'm gonna get this shake going. I drafted up the final macros on it as well, so here you guys go. 2,124 calories, 215 carbs, 156 protein, and 66 fats. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? Alright guys, me and Kane have ended up bunning it. I can't lie, right now is peak hour traffic to Brisbane on a Friday. So those of you guys who live in Queensland would know, Brisbane's about 100 kilometers north from Gold Coast, so it's about an hour drive for me. But peak hour traffic, no way. On a Friday night as well, no way in hell. So I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of happy, to be honest, that we've bun the plans. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my home gym, World Gym Ashmore, and I'm going to train with my girlfriend. We are heading to the gym right now. I'm training push today. Before that, I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I know we had this whole talk about eating healthy, but I want a coffee for some caffeine, and I also want to get a ham and cheese toasty. And I think as far as Macca's goes, a ham and cheese toasty is probably one of the most healthiest things on that menu I can order. I just need some carbs before I train. You know what I don't get with these drive-thrus? Is why they are so fucking tight. I swear I have scraped my rim on the fucking curbs at these drive-thrus way too much. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I was actually a calisthenics athlete back in my day. I can do a muscle up with an extra plate. Right now, for the pre-workout, we have a Red Bull. I don't fuck with the sugar-free ones, they don't hit the same. So we got a sugared up Red Bull, and we got a chai latte with a shot of espresso. I fuck with my chai lattes, bruv. After a million years of waiting, ham, cheese, tomato, toasty. I'm gonna smack these down while I drive, and I'm also gonna viciously speed yeah, so that's gonna be the haps. I gotta get my ass to the gym without getting pulled over, and if we do that, it should make out to be a pretty good workout. So it's been decided that I'm not training chest, so we're just going to train shoulders and triceps and make it a quick one, then get food. We'll be starting on dumbbell shoulder press. Yep.
Fancy me on the block, go nuts, I'm not in my bag, I'm loading. Back then it was hand to hand, nowadays I don't have no.
I don't even know how long it's been since I dumbbell shoulder press. So I don't even know how strong I am, I'm just winging it.
The boys in blue, can I find them blues in the station, problem solving. See no, do no, throw that trap, say no to the local cat. See me on the road all black, I throw on the gas and I won't fall back. Bro, been in the jar and you won't go back. I fought their holes and they ain't all that. I'm missing the two and I won't come back. It's time that I find me a one. More time I don't have no time, but with a man, you're me, young man. Treat her right, I try, find them things in life. Wanna wine and dine, that's fine. If we go up, I'm gonna hold that.
The workout was pretty hectic. Was it hectic?
It was hectic.
Yeah, she approves.
So
the workout was hectic. We're gonna go get some dinner. I'll decide where we go, but I gotta get home by 9, so we're in a bit of a rush today. Like, this is what I don't get. Anyone who is actually speeding usually has a high performance car, and they will absolute drop the shit out of that Toyota Camry if they actually try to. So it's like, when you chase me in your Toyota Camry police car and I absolutely gap you, well, what are you gonna do then? Like, what's the backup plan? All right. She's craving a drink, so we're gonna get her a drink.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go home. I gotta do a call, and from there, just gonna chill out, make some money, sleep. Yeah, that's about the summary of today. Alright guys, the traction control is coming off. This is called driving a car like it's meant to be driven. Woo! I'm gonna die. Guys, on the agenda for tonight, on the flip side to, you know, driving like a dickhead, we have shisha. I'm just gonna do a bit of work. I got like one more task left for my day, and then I can call it a successful day. You know, wrote the tasks I was gonna do last night and I did them today. Can't really complain about that. So I gotta finish that off, and then from there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rip some shisha. I'm gonna have to hop on the charts. It's Friday night, so I'm not expecting much. Price action's usually shit on Fridays, so I'm not expecting much as far as that goes. You know, the real thing is that a lot of like business owners I see, they pull this illusion that when you're starting a business and when you have a business, that the idea of it is that you have the business and you can just fuck off. You can work for like half an hour a day and you can do whatever you want for the rest of the day. It ain't like that until you're making multiple M's. So I can chill on my Sundays, but every other day of the week is like pretty high output. So you can't get into business unless you're willing to accept that you're gonna have to put a lot of effort into it. Because to be honest, at the start, to get to that mark where you're making six figures a year, six figures a month, to get to that point, you're going to have to work more than you would at a 9 to 5, which is why a lot of people don't want to do it. But we're gonna go home, light up the shisha, finish off the work for the day, and we're gonna see how it goes from there. It has been a successful day in my books. You know, for me, the more boring my day is and the more work I get done, the more successful I consider the day to be. I can't even lie, but we're gonna get home. Look at how cool this is. I can literally not even have my feet anywhere near the car. My hands aren't touching it. That's a crazy thing. The convenience. The car can just drive itself. We're back at the table. I got some lamb mince and some shake. You know, my girlfriend wanted a milkshake, so she made a milkshake, but she made too much and had to give it to me. So now we have that, but I'm not complaining. I love calories. Right now, it is about to be trading time. The market opens in like 20 minutes, so I got to get on the charts in like 20 minutes. That'll finish at like 1 a.m. Then I got more stuff to do. But it's all right. Love of the game, my friends. Love of the game. So hopefully all goes well. It has been a pretty chill day today. And, you know, the reason I have shisha, and people are probably curious, you probably think it is detrimental to your gym performance. It really isn't. I have noticed, like recently, I have felt really good in the gym. Obviously, it's not because of shisha. I think it's more so because of the diet. but I don't feel like shisha and the nicotine hinders my performance in any way. If anything, I feel more focused. And the beautiful thing about it is while I'm having it and I'm doing work, I am absolutely dialed in. So, like, I'm not telling you guys to take nicotine, but I'm saying that as a means to focus, any form of nicotine is absolutely insane. A lot of business owners have stuff like Zins, but they're disgusting. I just have shisha once every few nights. I just chill out with it. It's a Friday evening. I'm just chilling out, you know. It's not like an every night thing. I'm just chilling out with my girlfriend, so we light the shisha up. That's kind of how it is. It's not like an every night thing. So, yeah, but you guys, a lot of you guys are probably wondering if it hinders your gym performance. I really don't think so. My physique has been feeling very good. The strength has been feeling good. And that's just because I touched on my diet. It was my diet, not this. You know what I mean? I don't think if I stopped this, it would get any better. I truly believe that. And I have periods where I hop off for like a week. Don't really notice a difference. So, yeah. But we got to wait for market open. So, probably going to brain rot until then. I can't even lie. But we've ticked off most of the tasks for the day. So, you know, can't even complain. It's a Friday evening. Just trying to chill out. It is 12 o'clock now for today. We took a really good trade, actually. It tapped into this 4-hour fair value gap. It tapped into a 5-minute fair value gap, both bearish ones. It rejected it. There was a big liquidity sweep, so it swept like a really big high. And then, obviously, I saw this. Broke structure, made a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. This fair value gap was my entry point. So basically when it inversed this fair value gap, I entered on the next candle when it retested it. So it inversed a bullish one, respected these bearish ones. When it respects these bearish ones, it indicates that it's going to go down. And these were on a higher time frame. Higher time frames have more power. And it essentially went down. We took this, took out the buy side liquidity, made a lower low, lower high, so it broke structure down. And this fair value gap was my point of entry because it was lower than this one. So basically, I entered here. I entered shorts, so I basically wanted it to go down. I entered shorts, and I took out my whole position at this level of liquidity. So I took my half out. I took half of it out here, and then I took the other half of it out here. What's that? A 10 risk to reward. Flawless trade. And then I got cocky, so I took another trade, but I de-risked it. I've been trying a slightly newer trading model where it's like respecting a fair value gap. And I honestly thought because of how hard this one was being rejected, that this could be the one that sends us back up to those highs. To be honest, I don't want it to go back up to those highs, but I was just getting cocky because I just won that good trade. And let's see. Then I saw this one. I saw it reject this one, and I was like, oh shit, I should really exit the trade here, because if it's bearish and it tapped into the bearish one, it was probably going to keep going down. But, you know, me being me, thinking I was the best trader in the world, I held it, and this is what happened. I lost, but the big winning trade was a very big winning trade, and this one was a much smaller loss. So we're still up on the day, but my rule of thumb is that if I take one trade and it loses, I get off the charts for the rest of the night. So it's 12 a.m. I'll probably watch a movie with my girlfriend. She's got a lot of attitude because she's on her period. But yeah, you know, if I don't get beat to death after this video, I'll sign out at the end of the day. Guys, you know, just like that, as the last day ends, the new day begins. We finished off yesterday, and you know, every single day, my day ends at this desk, and every new day, it starts at this desk. So I'm gonna write through my method again for tomorrow, but after that, I'm hitting the sack. It is 2 a.m. So obviously, I have a strict wake up time of 9 a.m. I know that doesn't sound crazy, but you know, when you sleep as late as I do, you know, it's still like 6-7 hours sleep max. But this is what it takes, bro. And I hope you guys have realized that from watching this video, that entrepreneurship is a literal journey. It really is a journey. And no matter what level you're at, you're still going to have times like this. You know, I woke up, I worked for the first like 7 hours of my day until 4:30. And then I went to the gym with my girlfriend. And since it was a Friday night, you know, we got some food. We went home. We watched a movie after we got off the charts. Like, at the same time, you know, I feel like most guys wouldn't have it any other way. You know, I'm improving myself. I'm improving my relationships. I cannot complain too much. Like, if you're a similar guy to me, this is a life that you dig. Now for me, it's just, you know, build, and make more money. That is the goal from here. But my day has come to an end at 2 a.m. And, you know, I'm really happy I filmed this. A raw day in the life. This is an average day in the life. I got up, I worked, I went to the gym, I saw my girlfriend, we watched a movie, we crashed for the night. This is a truly fulfilling life. And I truly believe that. But for all of you guys who have watched to this point, God bless all of you guys. And I hope you have an absolutely great day, my brother. Take care.